It was a teachers training program. And again, I have a good chance to speak about the same topic. I'm very happy for that. Right. So just before we get into the introduction, I welcome all the participants for this session. My question to our esteemed participants is, what is your understanding of innovation in teaching? Can anybody share your thoughts? What is your understanding of innovation in teaching? Hope I'm audible. You can just unmute yourselves. You can share your thoughts.
Madam, namaskar.
Namaste, sir.
Madam, new uh, techniques in teaching.
Right. Correct, sir. You have told that in very simple words. So quickly, let's look into the introduction. When we just think of this particular word, innovation, that is nothing but how we create or how do we implement, say, new ideas, products, services, or as sir was telling, a new processes, methods. So that what is it we are expecting? We want to result in a positive change. We just want to make a positive change. And also we want to provide value to the individuals, organizations, or even just a society as a whole. See, this innovation, it can occur in various fields. Could be in technology, could be in business, science, medicine. Similarly, even to the our field, that is the field of education as well. If we as educators say we are embracing this innovation or technology, means we are trying to say increase the efficiency, or we are just trying to increase or enhance our competitiveness. And also we see there is a potential for societal progress with innovation. Then innovative teaching methods, it refers to the modern or the creative approaches as what we as educators what we use. Our aim for say using this innovative teaching methods maybe to just engage our students, to enhance their learning outcomes. Also we just want to adapt to the changing educational landscape. See, in old methods what was happening, we all have witnessed the conventional methods wherein we saw the fixed lectures, just textbook reading, we saw recitation, there was rote memorization, and there was some chalkboard writing. Later on, we just even witnessed the whiteboard writing, whiteboard teaching, and all the approaches what was there previously, it was just teacher centered. We have even witnessed the standardized testing, like we used to conduct the unit tests. After that, we were doing the semester wise exams or annual scheme examinations. All these will come under the traditional assessments. And students, they were separately, they were doing their silent individual study, right? They were not just getting collaborated with anybody. And any kind of discussion or group work that was given in our schools, colleges, it was just teacher directed. We can call them as teacher led discussions. And there was only importance to just pen and paper activities, nothing beyond that. And they used to give the homeworks, assignments, which the students used to do at home and bring it back on the particular date or day, whatever the teacher has told them. And the curriculum was also just subject centered, nothing more than that. And we have all witnessed these kind of conventional methods or fixed methods, right? Until pandemic, probably till 3 to 4 years back, we were just witnessing these traditional teaching methods only. Now we all have understood that these kind of conventional methods, teaching methods, they may fall short in preparing our students, mainly for the complexities whatever we have been experiencing in this 21st century. Consequently, we are forced to incorporate some dynamic techniques, interactive techniques in education, right? Our aim is to forward active participation and also give the deeper understanding into the subject matter. That's why we are embracing the innovative teaching techniques for the benefit of both. It is even for the teacher as well as for the learners. You might ask me how. Yes. So Innovative teaching methods, they address the diverse learning styles, and there will be the different needs of different students. However, student A is, whatever is his need is not the same of the need of person B, student B. So we need to now ensure there is a more inclusive or more effective educational experience that everybody is having, that each and every student, he or she, they feel, yes, I am valued. In my institution, I am respected. I am supported by the institution as well as by my teachers. Now, we are trying to, through this innovative teaching methods, techniques, we are trying to reduce the barriers or minimize the learning barriers, whatever we have experienced previously. See, it is regardless of the background of the student, whether what about their disabilities or any other characteristics, we want to give them a inclusive and effective educational experience. So these novel methods, they cultivate critical thinking in them, in the students. It increases their problem solving skills, creativity, adaptability, flexibility, and all these are like very essential skills for our success in this dynamic global environment. Now, implementing innovations in education, it also helps us to bridge the gap between classroom learning as well as the real world application, because we here are trying to make education more relevant, more engaging to the learners, right? Yes. So with this introduction, we set the stage for an exploration of various strategies, right, that can transform the teaching and learning experience. Let us see one by one. Right. Can anyone tell me what active learning means? What is this concept of active learning? Have you ever come across this? You can just unmute yourselves. You can share your thoughts. What does this word active learning means? Anybody?
Madam, participative learning, both sides, learner and recipients.
Right, sir. Correctly said. So, as the sir rightly said, what is happening here? Students are actively engaged in this learning process. We have many participatory activities. We have interactive activities. Previously, what was happening? Students in the class, they used to passively sit like this, receive the information from the lectures, whatever the teachers were giving, or they were just observing what the teacher is doing inside the class. Or say if they are conducting some laboratory experiments, students used to sit and just watch. So this is called passive learning. Now we do not want that, right? Students now they are encouraged to think critically. We want the students to solve the problems. We want them to discuss with their um, co-students, classmates. We want them to collaborate with everyone and also apply the concepts whatever we teach in the practical scenarios. Here, active learning methods come to their rescue. What is it we are trying to do? We are trying to enhance the understanding. They're also trying to enhance their retention power. And we want the students mainly to apply the knowledge whatever they have learned. And we are also trying to promote student participation, as well as we are trying to give a deeper connection to the subject matter. Right. What kind of active learning strategies can we use inside a classroom? We can go ahead with this flipped classroom approach. So this is an educational approach. What is happening here? This approach actually reverses the traditional roles of in-class instruction and homework, whatever we give. You can just see the picture. Now, what is happening in a flipped classroom? The instructional content, say it could be the video lectures, reading materials, or any kind of online resources. What we will do, we will try to provide to the students before the actual class session itself. Now, we are encouraging the students to review these materials at their own pace. Yes, they can do it at their home and they can come back to the class. Now, once they come back to the class, they have some kind of basic understanding about the topic. Now, whatever today we want to deliver. This is called pre-class material delivery, right? Before the students come to the actual class, we are providing them some reading materials, instructional content, whatever it might be in any form. As I told you, it might be the online resources, video lectures, anything, some links of YouTube channels, anything. We just want them to go through and have a basic understanding of this concept. Then the next step is we will have the in-class activities and discussions. What does this mean? That means classroom time is dedicated to interactive activities. We will cater the time to discussions. We want to solve the problems there. Here, what is happening, what is our aim is to actively engage all the students so that they can apply, they can analyze the pre-class materials, whatever we have sent them. Right? Now, as educators, what we will do here in this flipped classroom method, we will try to facilitate the group discussions. And we will try to answer the questions, whatever the students have asked us. And our motto is to guide our students through practical exercises. Totally, all these will deepen their understanding. It will also foster their critical thinking. Now, what is the benefit of flipped learning? Enhanced engagement. Because students are more likely to engage in discussions. They'll be having hands-on activities during the class. Definitely, we see there is an increase in their engagement, classroom engagement. Individualized learning. The pre-class materials, right, whatever we had provided them, it will allow for the personalized learning experiences. As I told you, it will be catering to the different learning speeds. One student might finish it off in half an hour. One student might just glance it like a robot and he's ready with the pre-class materials, whatever we have sent him. One more student might take a couple of hours to have a deeper understanding of the subject. So they can learn at their own speeds and pace. They can come back to the class the next day or whenever it is scheduled. Deeper understanding. As I told you, in class, students, they try to apply their concepts. They'll ask questions to their educators and also seek for clarifications if they have not understood anything. And all these steps will definitely lead to a deeper grasp of the subject matter. Ultimately, this is what we want, right? We want the student to completely understand whatever we are trying to teach them. Improved collaboration. We see there are group activities, there are peer interactions. All this will foster much needed soft skills. We will see if we want to collaborate and work. We see there are soft skills like teamwork, communication, social skills. All this will also be improved. Flexibility. So in scheduling, as well as it allows the students to revisit materials. As and when I want to just check with the material, yes, I can take it, I can go through it. Some concept is not clear for me, yes, anytime, because I have the materials with me as a student. Now, this promotes the self-directed learning. And these are all the benefits of our flipped learning. Okay. Audience, is anybody using this method? PBL, problem-based learning. Can you please share your experiences? Is anybody using this method? Problem-based learning. Is anybody using this method? Problem-based learning. Yes, no. Okay, no problem. So, problem-based learning. What does this mean? Mainly, we are presenting the students with the real-world problems or say some kind of real-world scenarios. We want our students mainly to think critically. What do they do? Critical thinking means what? Students, they work in teams. They try to analyze the problem, whatever we have presented to them. Then they will do all sorts of research. They'll come up with the possible solutions. They also will try to develop strategies. Through this method of problem-based learning, what is it we are trying to do is, we are trying to nurture teamwork. We are also trying to bring some research skills to the students. And we are also trying to increase the ability to apply their theoretical knowledge to the practical situations. Okay, let's take an example. Say there is a history class going on. Instead of that old boring traditional lecture, students, they are presented with a scenario. Just an example. Say they have to solve some kind of historical mystery. So the mystery, it revolves around some kind of famous artifact that has gone missing from a museum. Let us say just an example. Now, as I told you, some artifact, it has gone missing from a museum. Now, what the students will do? They'll work in teams. They will research the time period. They'll try to analyze the clues given by their teacher, and they try to develop the theories about what might have happened to that artifact. Then, after doing all these step-by-step activities, what do? Then they try to present their findings to the class. Even with this, we are trying to encourage their critical thinking abilities, their collaboration, and also they are applying their historical knowledge so that they can solve a problem. Next active learning method is peer teaching and collaborative activities. So here in peer teaching, this concept is also very easy. It involves students, they just take their turns as instructors. Okay. Now, that particular student, he or she will explain the concepts to their classmates. As instructors, they will try to explain the concepts to their classmates. What is happening here? This method, it is reinforcing their understanding. It is also encouraging the active participation. Let's take one more example. Say we have a college science class. Now, students, they are working on a say one kind of research project, and they are working in pairs. Now, each pair, they'll focus on different aspect of the topic. Say one student might research the theory, while another student will be conducting the experiments. Then what they will do? They will teach their findings to each other. Okay, they'll share amongst themselves. Then they are trying to enhance their understanding, because one has read the theory, one more has already practically conducted the experiments. They are trying to just share their insights. What is happening here? We are trying to encourage their active learning through this approach. They are collaborating, right, to share their insights, to enrich their understanding, and they are also having a deeper grasp of the subject. And coming to the collaborative activities, very simple activities like group projects, group discussions, all these will promote their teamwork, their communication abilities, right? And also they can exchange the diverse perspectives, whatever they have. Because as I told you, whatever the viewpoints of person X is not same as the student Y. Student X, whatever, in whichever angle he thinks, in the same way student Y is not thinking, right? They'll be exchanging, they'll be communicating their diverse perspectives. And this method will be enhancing the overall learning experience. Right. Technology integration in education. Can somebody answer what is this concept? Technology integration in education. You can just unmute yourselves. You can share your thoughts. What is technology integration in education means?
Madam, a use of technology in education.
Right, sir. Right. So somebody says, ma'am, your voice is breaking. Am I audible now? Is my voice clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes,
Right.
ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Right. As the slide tells you, it is nothing but strategic and purposeful incorporation, or purposefully we are integrating. What is it? The various technological tools, resources, digital platforms, so that we just want to enhance our teaching and learning experiences. See, when we are speaking about this technology integration, it encompasses a wide range of approaches. We might be using, say, digital content, or we might be giving multimedia presentations, or we might be just collaborating online with online collaboration tools, or we might even go for interactive simulations, anything. Here, our goal, while we are integrating technology in education, means we want to empower the educators as well as the students so that they can leverage the technology. Ultimately, we want to achieve our educational objectives, right? We want to improve our student outcomes. And we just want to prepare the learners for the challenges. Challenges of what? Of this digitalized world, of this globalized world, right? We want to empower them. And we ourselves, we also want to get empowered, definitely. So we are just making use of the technology in education. Then, effective technology integration. When we are speaking about this, it is not only about that we are selecting appropriate tools, but also we want to design curriculum, the activities, right, with the use of technology, and we just want to make use of its fullest potential of whatever the technology is benefiting us. Say, what do I mean by this? Probably, I'm using this technology to create online assignments, to create interactive quizzes. We can go for, we can take up the virtual field trips. We can go with video lectures, or say we can collaborative projects, anything. So the aim here is to create a seamless blend of traditional as well as this digital teaching methods. Through this, we are enhancing their learning experience, and we are also helping our students to develop the 21st century skills. What are those? Apart from the soft skills, whatever I mentioned, it could be a digital literacy. Yes, the very much needed skill, digital literacy. Critical thinking, already we have discussed about this. Communication as well as collaboration. Okay. What are the popular techniques under technology integration? Gamification. So, gamification in education means, say, it involves that we are integrating some kind of game design elements into non-game contexts, like especially like education. In education, we were not previously using any kind of gamification. What do I mean by this? Here, when we are trying to integrate this kind of gamification in education, it means we are trying to apply the principles of game mechanics, right, to the learning activities. We are trying to motivate students. How? We just want to turn that old boring learning methods to an engaging experience. We just want to give our students an enjoyable experience. So these kind of gamified lessons, it encourage healthy competition amongst our students. It encourages teamwork. Also, students will have a sense of accomplishment, right? Through this, we are trying to nurture a more interactive and a dynamic learning environment. Say, for example, in gamification, we have leaderboards and points. As teachers, what you can do, you can create leaderboards. What do we mean by that? Students will earn points. Say, if they complete assignments, they will earn points. If they participate in class discussions, yes, you are giving them some points. And if they achieve certain roles that are set by you as educators, definitely, right, they are earning some points. This element of competition will definitely motivate our students. They will actively participate, and also through this, they will excel in their studies. Then we also have badges and rewards. See, students, they can earn digital badges if there is some set of milestones, stage 1, stage 2, based on that kind of whatever gamification we are using, or if they try to demonstrate some kind of specific skills that are expected by you. If the students, they reach that, you can give them digital badges, and these badges, it can be displayed as a form of recognition to them. So our students, ultimately, they are satisfied. It gives them a sense of achievement as well as accomplishment. Right. Quests and missions. Teachers, they can design learning pathways which resemble some kind of quests or missions, what we see in a game while we are playing a game. Now, each step that is completed, it will bring the students closer to their educational objectives. As soon as they complete each step, they are getting closer to their educational objectives. Whatever they were supposed to learn, they are learning, right? And in the meanwhile, we are making their learning process through this gamification more engaging, more positive. Challenges and puzzles. Yes, everybody, even we like challenges, we like puzzles, brain teasers, right? And especially when we try to introduce all of them into lessons, it will definitely stimulate the critical thinking, problem solving skills of our students. What students will do? They work to unlock the solutions And in the meanwhile, they'll also be learning new concepts. Narrative elements. Yeah, we can just incorporate a storyline or some kind of narrative into our curriculum. Whole idea about behind this is we just want to make learning more immersive. Students can also follow the characters or scenarios, right? Whatever we had presented to them, they'll try to relate it to the subject matter. We can just add some elements of adventure, right? All this will come under the narrative elements. Are we clear so far? Is my pace okay, participants?
Yes, ma'am. It's absolutely fine.
Right, okay, thank you. Gamification is what just we saw. So, what is this game-based learning? I was just telling, in gamification, what we'll be doing, we'll be just trying to integrate the game design elements, like what all I told you, the leaderboards, points, rewards, all these we'll try to bring it to education. But here, what is happening in game-based learning? We actually use the actual games, and it becomes a central component of our educational process. So these games are designed to teach specific concepts, specific skills or subjects. And also with that, it is providing an immersive and interactive experience to the learners. Say, for example, we have educational games. See, there are various digital and physical games that are designed specifically for educational purposes only. You all would have heard of math bingo. Math bingo, it helps students practice the math skills, and especially it is a fun way or in an interactive way. Then we also have some kind of simulation games. Have you ever come across Civilization or Sim City? These are some kind of simulation games. Through this, you can teach your students about urban planning, they learn about history, they even learn about social dynamics. All this will allow them to build, or say they can manage virtual societies, Civilization or Sim City, these kind of simulation games. And for language learners, yes, we have language learning apps. We have Duolingo, we have Rosetta Stone. All these, they will use the game-like mechanics, and they try to teach languages. They'll be having some kind of interactive lessons. They'll have challenges. They'll have quizzes also. And even we can create virtual labs. So, say in subjects like science, what is happening with the virtual labs? They'll offer the hands-on experiences. See, otherwise it is very difficult to replicate such kind of atmosphere or laboratory atmosphere elsewhere. But audience, please mute yourselves. Thank you. Yeah, I was just speaking about the virtual labs. So, which we cannot create otherwise, we can create it virtually, is what I wanted to tell you. See, students, what they do, virtually they conduct experiments, they observe the outcomes through those experiments, and especially this is a safe environment, this is a controlled digital environment. That is more important. Okay. Online interactive platforms. Online platforms and learning management systems, they actually provide opportunities for educators so that they can create interactive and multimedia rich learning materials. So these platforms, they enhance learning, they provide opportunities for, it could be for active engagement, collaboration, as well as for personalized learning experiences. So examples of online interactive platforms used in education, we all know about the Google Classroom. So it is a widely used platform, right? We used to create, distribute, or even we can grade the assignments in a virtual classroom setting. Now, here teachers can they can post resources, assignments, announcements, and students can also submit their work online. Just a moment. And we also have a classroom. We also have a similar to Google Classroom is Edmodo. Even this platform you would have used. So many of you would have used this. So this will also enable the teachers. They can create a virtual classroom. They can interact with students. They can assign tasks, and also they can provide feedback. So this offers features for discussion, collaboration. Yes, I spoke about Edmodo. And we also have a virtual bulletin board, Padlet, right? Here, teachers, students, they can collaborate. They can add notes, images. We can even add links, documents. So this definitely it is also a great tool, mainly for our brainstorming, or we can even share our resources, and even we can collaborate on projects. Uh, we also have Flipgrid. You all would have come across it. It is also a video discussion platform. So it enables the students, they can record, they can share short videos. If as we teachers, if we set some prompts, they can definitely share some short videos in response to our prompts. And all this will foster the video based discussions, as well as it encourages the peer interaction amongst the students. And yeah, the LinkedIn learning, many of us we just don't know, it offers a vast library of online courses. We have so many tutorials, right? It covers various skills. It has software development to business management, right? It can definitely be valuable for both students and as well as for professionals. So which platform to use? The choice of platform, it definitely depends on what are our educational goals. To which age group are we catering? What is our subject matter? And also the specific teaching methods that we are employing. Then coming to the coming to the virtual VR, or augmented learning reality in teaching. So we all would have come across this VR and AR. So VR is nothing but we are trying to sorry, yes, VR, what is it we are trying to involve is we are trying to create a completely immersive digital environment. So our users, they can interact with us. That is more important. So in context of teaching, what is it we are doing? VR, it allows the students so that we can transport the students to a simulated environment. And completely it is unrelated to our physical classroom. Say for example, our students, they just put on the VR headsets. They get surrounded by a computer generated environment, and totally they feel like they are in a different world. They can look around, they can move, sometimes even they can interact with objects in this virtual world. So it is a technology, VR is a technology, it replaces the real world with computer generated one. And effectively we can transport our students to different place or different scenarios. Yes. While taking an example, we can go on a virtual field trip. See, students, they can explore some kind of historical landmarks or natural environments or any kind of cultural sites from the sitting in the classroom itself. Say, for example, they can virtually visit the pyramids of Egypt. I can sit here, I can do that through the help of VR, virtual reality. Or we can even explore the surface of Mars. Yes, even in science simulations. So, VR, virtual reality, it can simulate the complex scientific concepts. As I told you, it is very difficult to replicate in a traditional classroom. Like it could be the molecular interactions, or say cellular structures, physics experiments. All these we can get it wherever we are sitting through the help of VR. Anatomy and medical training. Why not? Yes. So medical students, they can use VR so that they can study the human body in a 3D, three dimension. So this provides them a detailed or deep understanding of anatomy procedures or any kind of surgical procedures. Then coming to augmented reality. When we are speaking about AR in teaching, it involves, say, we are superimposing or we are overlaying the digital information. It could be the images, it could be the video, or any kind of interactive elements. We are trying to bring them into our real world. In teaching, see, AR, it enhances the physical environment. How? We are trying to add the digital content. We are trying to provide the additional context. We are trying to give additional information. Or we are even trying for that interactivity. See, unlike VR, what is happening? Students, they are completely immersed in a digital world. But AR, it maintains a connection to the real world. Typically, we can achieve this through our smartphones, whatever we have in our hands, tablets. We can even wear the AR glasses. All this will allow the students to view both physical environment and the digitally added elements simultaneously. Say, for example, we have interactive textbooks. These are something like AR, augmented reality enhanced textbooks. They can display 3D models for us. Yes, it can bring about animations. Also, we can witness the interactive elements when we just view it through a mobile device or through our AR headset. Then, say for example, you just have a some kind of artwork. AR, it has the capacity. It can turn these flat artworks through into the 3D sculptures. It also provides us step-by-step guides. We can draw or we can do any kind of creative projects with the help of AR. And even AR can be used to teach the coding, robotics concepts, right? It will allow our students so that they can visualize, they can interact with code as well as with the robotic structures. See how beautiful our education system is becoming with the help of innovative teaching methods, right? Personalized learning. As the name tells you, it is an educational approach that tailors the learning experience according to our individual needs, according to the preferences of the students, as well as according to the abilities of each and every student. Now, personalized learning, it recognizes that each and every student has their own unique learning styles. We call it as VARK, VARK. Somebody might be learning through visual, auditory. A stands for auditory, R stands for reading or writing, kinesthetic, it stands for hands-on experience. So everybody, we have unique learning styles. We have our own interests and we also have our own pace of learning. So personalized learning is helping us to create a more customized and a more effective educational journey. What are the advantages? Adaptation to individual needs. Definitely, as I told you, the instruction, content, pace, everything are adjusted to match the student's readiness level. What is the strength of that student? And what are all the areas of improvement? Right? We are trying to adapt to the particular individual need of that particular student. So this ensures, personalized learning ensures the students are appropriately challenged and they are appropriately supported. Flexibility and choice. See, students, they have some degree of autonomy. They can select their learning activities, they can select their topics, projects, all this will align with their interests and goals. Now, what is happening if as a student, if you're as a student, if I'm getting some kind of freedom when I'm selecting my learning activities, it gives me a sense of ownership. It also motivates me, right? Because it is aligning with my interests, my goals. Differentiated instruction. So educators, what they do, they try to use a range of techniques, mainly to engage our students. We just want to accommodate the diverse learning styles of all the students. We want to cater to their each and every preference of each and every student. We want them to understand the subject and we want them to process the information, whatever we are giving them. Then, data-driven insights. So technology and data analysis, they play a role in personalized learning. How? They provide insights. Insights into what? Into the progress of a student and where is it the student is struggling, the areas of struggle, or we just call it as areas of improvement. So this information will definitely help the educators. They can make informed decisions, or they can even make adjustments to the instructions, whatever they are giving. Then lifelong learning skills. See, through personalized learning, we are not only aiming to develop the subject specific knowledge, but also we want to enhance the broader skills like problem solving, critical thinking, collaboration, or even we want to make our students understand what is the concept of self direction. So there is lifelong learning skills. Then continuous or regular feedback and assessment. So this will inform both students and educators about the progress, what is happening, which areas are to be improved. Timely adjustments have to be definitely made so that their learning strategies, right, they are trying to adjust it with that. Yeah. Project based learning. What is this concept? Actually, project based learning, it just goes beyond that rote memorization, what we discussed in a slide 1. And we are focusing on building the skills that are very much essential in this dynamic world, modern world. How? We are trying to immerse our students in authentic, meaningful tasks. So, project based learning, it is cultivating or making the students as lifelong learners. They become proficient at that particular skills, and it is particularly very much crucial. It is not only they are going to find success in their academia, but also in their future endeavors. That is very important. Yeah, coming to real world application of knowledge. So project based learning, it involves students, they work on complex or any kind of hands on projects. Here, what is the role of the student? They want to apply their knowledge and skills to the real world challenges. Let us take an example. Say a student, he or she, they have been given a project on, say, healthy salad garden. Just an example, healthy salad garden project is given to them. Now, the goal here is to grow a mini vegetable garden, and they also want to learn about healthy eating. Okay. The goal is to now grow a mini vegetable garden. Also, they want to learn about the healthy eating. Now, what all they will do here in this project-based learning, they'll be planting the seeds and they'll be caring for the plants as they grow. They also learn about the vegetables, their benefits, and also they will harvest the vegetables. Then they'll be creating the nutritious salads, and all these they'll be sharing with their classmates. How beautiful the concept is, right? So this particular project, it helps the students, they understand the importance of healthy eating, right? What I said in what is the project's goal. Yes, they are meeting it. They can gain the hands-on experience in gardening. They also learn about the nutritional value of different vegetables, right? This is the project-based learning. How do we, in real world, how do we apply our knowledge? Then, creativity and critical thinking development. So, PBL, project-based learning, it encourages our students to think critically. They will analyze the problems. They'll also come up with innovative solutions. See, in this project-based learning, often they are required to think outside the box. They can tackle open-ended questions. Also, they can explore various approaches how to solve a problem. Yeah, let's take one more example. Say we have a project, creative superhero gadget. Okay. Now, here the objective is to invent one gadget for our superhero. Okay, you have understood what the project is. Creative superhero gadget. Now, we want to just invent a gadget for a superhero. And also, we want to describe its functionality to our classmates. Now, as students, what they'll be doing, they'll be thinking of a unique gadget idea. What should be the gadget in my superhero's hands? Right. Then they'll be designing the gadget so that they'll be fulfilling a specific task, whatever we have given them. They will explain how the gadget is operating and how is it assisting their superhero, right? And they'll also be presenting the invention, whatever they have done, to the class, and also they'll tell about the advantages to their fellow students. What is happening through this project? Students, they are cultivating creativity. They are able to devise solutions. They are able to enhance their problem solving abilities. They are also able to craft functional designs. They are refining their communication skills. All these are happening through our innovative teaching methodology, right? They are effectively conveying their ideas to each and everyone, their classmates. Then, student engagement and ownership. As I told you, project-based learning, it is inherently engaging because students, they are actively involved in designing and they are also executing their projects. Because they have done everything by themselves, they have a sense of ownership. They have a sense of responsibility for their learning. And obviously, this will lead to an increased motivation, sense of accomplishment. They have a deeper understanding of the subject matter too. Right. Coming to experiential learning. Here, what is happening in this educational approach? Emphasis is on learning through direct, or we can call it as hands-on experience. As the name tells you, we are learning through experience. Now, it involves actively engaging the students in real-world activities or real-world situations, simulations. Our aim here is to apply the theoretical knowledge, interact with their environment, and also reflect on their experiences. In the meanwhile, we are also trying to observe what is their personal growth happening. What is the personal growth of the student? Key aspects of the experiential learning includes engagement. We have seen in other methods also. Yes, engagement. Students actively participate in activities, experiments, whether it could be the field trips, projects. All these require them to apply the concepts in practical contexts. Reflection. What happens after the experiential activity? Students, they reflect on their observations. They try to analyze their outcomes, and also they consider how the experience is related to their theoretical concepts, right? That is called the concept of reflection. Action and application. So this encourages the students to take concrete actions. They can make decisions based on their own experience. Real world relevance. Yes. Activities, they are designed to mirror the real life situations, whatever we face. This is enabling the students mainly to see the practical applications of whatever they are learning. That is the whole idea behind this experiential learning. Collaboration. Obviously, this involves group work, collaboration. It is they are trying to foster teamwork as well as their communication skills. Metacognition. So this is nothing but the ability to think about or to understand our own thinking. Why is my thinking process like this? Now, if they are able to understand that, it is helping the students. They can become more effective. They can become more independent learners. So, experiential learning will help us in this way. Coming to inquiry-based learning, IBL. What is happening here? The strong emphasis is on student-driven exploration or student-driven investigation and questioning. In this approach, what is happening? Students, they actively engage in the learning process. How? They try to pose questions to their educators. They themselves conduct research. They will seek answers. So, inquiry-based learning, it encourages the students. They become curious. They become independent learners. They also take ownership of their education. What are the key features of this concept? Questioning. Mainly, students are encouraged to ask open-ended questions, right? And this drives their exploration of a topic. Like previously in traditional methods, if somebody asks a question, we used to say the students, you don't know anything, please sit. No, that is not happening nowadays, right? Inquiry-based learning definitely will encourage the students. They can ask anything about the topic of discussion, right? And these questions, whatever they ask, it would definitely lead to further investigation or discovery even. Investigation. Here, students, they'll gather information, They will analyze data. They also conduct research to find answers to their questions. Now, they can this may involve actually the experiments, observations, or even they may take interviews or any kind of hands-on activities. Critical thinking. We have been discussing about this concept since our slide 1. So students evaluate their evidence, they draw conclusions, and also they develop logical reasoning. Problem solving. Yes, students, they are presented with real world problems or scenarios. Now, all this will require them to apply their knowledge, their skills, and they will find solutions. This is their problem solving attitude. Autonomy. As I told you, students have the autonomy to choose the direction of their inquiry, and also they make decisions about their learning paths. Collaboration. Yes, collaboration with peers, because students, they'll be sharing their ideas, they'll be discussing their findings, and they'll also be engaging in the group projects. Reflection. Students, they reflect on their findings, the process, what all they used, and what is it they have learned. Now, all these will deepen their understanding. It will also increase their self-awareness. Collaborative learning. This is also an educational approach. Here, the emphasis of learning is through active interaction and collaboration amongst other students. What is happening here? You can see the picture, image, it tells you the students, they work together in groups or they just work in pairs. They just want to achieve the shared learning goals. They want to solve the problems. They are here to discuss the ideas and they will complete the tasks, whatever have been assigned to them. Now, this approach fosters not only the academic achievement, but also it nurtures their social interaction, the cooperation. They change their ideas, their diverse perspectives. So this collaborative learning is giving them an enriching overall learning experience. The benefits here also include the enhanced learning. See, because they are interacting, they are discussing, it is definitely promoting a deeper understanding of the concepts. It is encouraging them to actively engage with the material. Critical thinking, right? Students will analyze, they will evaluate, they will synthesize the information, and all this will lead to their improved critical thinking skills. Communication skills. Students definitely, when they are interacting with others, they refine their communication, they refine their presentation skills, because there is group discussions happening, there is also sharing of ideas taking place through this collaborative learning. Social skills. Yeah. Collaborative learning, it nurtures social skills. It helps students to build relationships. They can actively work in teams, and also they can respect the diverse viewpoints of others. Real world preparation, right? Collaborative skills are highly valued in professional settings because it is making collaborative learning a valuable preparation for all of our future careers. Right. The role of artificial intelligence in innovative teaching methods. It's becoming increasingly significant, isn't it? Of course, it is just revolutionizing how educators deliver their instruction, how do they personalize the learning experiences, and how do they analyze the student progress as well. So here are some key ways that artificial intelligence is shaping the landscape of our education. Personalized learning paths. AI, it analyzes the students' learning patterns. What are the strengths? What are the weaknesses? So that we can tailor the personalized learning paths according to their needs. Now, it also ensures that each student receive the resources and support that they need. AI-powered adaptive learning platforms. They actually provide the real-time feedback so that we can adjust our content or the difficulty level of our content based on the performance of the student. If something the student is not understanding, definitely we can adjust the difficulty level of the content. We can make it more simpler. Ultimately, we want the students to understand the concept. Right? Now, based on that, AI will be providing the students the proper challenging material according to their need, and it ensures that no one is left behind, because we already spoke about the inclusive education. Then smart content creation. We all know that artificial intelligence, it assists educators. We can create, we can curate the educational content, right? It can generate interactive simulations, it can generate as quizzes. You all would have tried, I'm very sure. So even it provides insights, right, into which learning materials are like they're most effective. NLP, natural language processing. So it allows artificial intelligence. It can understand, it can process the human language. What is it I'm trying to tell? It enables the applications like the language learning tools or automated essay grading, chatbots. All this will assist our students with queries. Right? We have been experiencing that. We are in an AI world, AI driven world. Now, data analytics. Yes. Artificial intelligence, it can analyze vast amounts of data so that we can identify what is the trends, what are the insights about the student performance. Then educators can make data driven decisions so that they can enhance their teaching methods. What is working for the students, what is not working. They can also identify the areas that need improvement. AI powered VR and AR applications. So they offer immersive learning experiences. We have already discussed lots and lots about VR and AR applications. Students, as I told you, they can explore historical events, they can conduct virtual experiments, they can even interact with complex concepts, right? In so many ways that were actually previously impossible, right? Automated administrative tasks. Artificial intelligence, it can handle routine administrative tasks, something like attendance tracking, grading, scheduling. If AI is taking care of all such activities, it is just freeing up the educator's time. So when AI is taking care of all these automated tasks, we can focus on more impactful aspects of teaching as educators, right? Then enhanced accessibility. So AI, it helps, it is making education more accessible, right? It is providing accommodation for students even with disabilities. There is a text to speech, speech to text. All these technologies you would have come across, I'm very sure. Then AI driven learning analytics. It will also provide insights about the student engagement, participation, what is the progress. All this will be helping the educators. They can identify who are the struggling students, and they can also design any kind of interventions that will help that student. AI also facilitates continuous professional learning or professional development. So for educators, it can suggest relevant resources, it can suggest relevant courses so that we all are updated with the latest teaching methods. So as this artificial intelligence, it continues to advance, it has lots of potential to transform the education, and that potential is really very very vast. It is creating, say, opportunities for more inclusive or more effective or more engaging learning experiences. That is the power of AI. Assessment and feedback. See, effectively integrating assessment and feedback into our innovative teaching methods is very, very important, because it ensures that students will receive the timely insights, what is their progress, what are their strengths, and what is their room for growth. So this happens to be a iterative process. It enhances learning outcomes, and it also supports students in their continuous growth and development. Authentic assessment methods. It's nothing but you're evaluating the student's understanding and skills, right? Uh, you can call it as you're trying to mirror the real world context and applications. Probably you might be including project presentations, case studies, simulations, portfolios, or any kind of performance tasks. All these will require students to demonstrate their understanding, their practical knowledge, as well as the problem solving abilities. All this will come under the authentic assessment methods. Immediate or timely and constructive feedback. This is definitely an essential component of effective assessment. How is that particular student doing now? If we tell it after 6 months, what is the use? Right? So we have to guide the students towards their deeper comprehension or what is their mastery level. And timely feedback is very much necessary. Similarly, constructive feedback also offers, say, specific insights, suggestions for growth. It motivates our students. All of them, they can refine their work. It can also enhance their learning outcomes. Then, continuous improvement of teaching and learning. Right. Assessment and feedback, they are not only valuable for students, as I told you, but also it must be informing the educators' teaching strategies. What strategies I have adopted, let it be traditional or innovative, is it working for the students or not, is very much important. Right? Based on that, instructors can make informed instructional decisions. They can adapt different approaches. Also, they can tailor the interventions so that they can better meet the students' needs. Ultimately, that is what is needed. Whether are we able to cater to the students' needs? Are they able to understand the concept properly or not? Right. To conclude, I would like to say, in this ever evolving landscape of education, the conclusion of our exploration into this ITM, innovative teaching methods, it has already highlighted several key principles, and those are really very vital for educators and also the learners. Right? Through this, we are trying to shape confident, adaptable, and forward-thinking individuals. Henceforth, the transformative power of these innovative teaching methods, it lies not only in our ability to enhance this academic understanding, but also we must be fostering flexibility. We must also be investing in continuous professional growth, and also, are we daring to embrace this innovation or not? Is the point. We all, as educators, we become catalysts for positive change. We want to equip our learners with the skills, with the mindset, so that they can thrive in this challenging world. They can thrive in this competitive world, right? And by accepting innovation, we pave the way for a brighter and more promising future. Right. After having said that, now we open the floor for question and answers. I welcome the participants to ask me anything about today's